Start it. Sir, this bill has met with such general approval throughout the country that it does not stand in need of any long introduction from me. The Lok Sahayak Sena has been functioning during the last 18 months. It has aroused great enthusiasm. It is now public knowledge that our aim for the present is to train a lakh of people per every year. The scheme is for 5 years and we mean to do this by means of holding some 500 camps in a year. We use 10 months of the year avoiding the monsoon seasons, and we hold these camps in different parts of India in practically every state. One camp was held in Jammu and Kashmir, and we have also camps down south everywhere with huge areas which are generally close to community welfare project centers. Sometimes the state governments have represented and emphasized that in order to rouse public enthusiasm and to awaken public consciousness, we should hold these camps in other centers also. In these 18 months, somewhere about a lakh and 50,000 people have been trained. The response has been very fine, and everyone who is between the ages of 18 and 40 is welcome. People generally come from the rural areas, and all castes and communities are represented. The camp is for 1 month, and the conditions under which the trainees live are military conditions. Free ration is given and free uniforms are given, and when the camp is dispersed, an out of pocket allowance of rupees 15 per head is given to the trainees. I have visited them, and I imagine some honorable members might have seen these camps too. The conditions under which the trainees live are just like military conditions, and they lead during that 1 month a fairly strenuous life. Military training is imparted. There is physical drill. There are the marches, rifle shooting, and all that. To those who are not literate, an effort is made to give some instruction, and particularly instruction in what I may call the art of making a good citizen of India. Our aim is to utilize this 1 month to create a sense of leadership in every trainee, because it is not merely our purpose to give them military training, but to make them better citizens and to make them take an active part in the life in their own village. As the House knows, throughout the countryside there is a wave of enthusiasm flowing. People are most anxious to help themselves. There is the Shramdan movement. There is a desire to build roads and dams and to spread the gospel of education, and what we require is leadership in the village itself, a sense of discipline in the village, and we are hoping that this training that we impart, apart from the purpose that it may serve in times of need. Whenever there is an emergency, in peace time also, the training will be useful and it will rebound to the benefit of the country at large. All this costs a lot of money. The annual expenditure is a crore of rupees, and for 5 years, if we proceed on these very lines, it will be rupees 5 crores. This bill has become necessary because we wanted to have some rules and regulations, and while these trainees were living in a camp life, they had to be subject to military discipline, and therefore we wanted to put it on a regular basis. The bill as it stands commits government and commits the parliament to no limitations. I wish to emphasize this because if the movement spreads and if there is a general desire in the country throughout the community for military training, if there is such a general desire for expansion, and if Parliament approves of it, then within this very bill, it will be possible to extend the number from 1 lakh a year to 2 lakhs a year. It will all be a question of money. It will be a question of the provisions to be made for training purposes. I wish also to emphasize here that we are giving 1 month training. The House will be aware that this movement for giving military training has had its origin during the last 3 or 4 years on some scale. The House knows that apart from this Lok Sahayak Sena, during the last 4 or 5 years, effort is being made to give military training to various classes of our people. For instance, we had in our schools and colleges the NCC movement. The NCC course imparts military training, and from among them, boys are sent up to the military academy at Khadakwasla near Pune. Similarly, we have opened the auxiliary cadet corps, and for the purpose of providing military training to the people living in urban areas and employed in industrial concerns, mills and factories, we have the territorial army. And in order to provide better and further means and greater facilities, we started the auxiliary cadet corps in 2003, but it was on a limited scale. 84 के आसपास स्पीड है और ये 129 नंबर है केसी का। हाँ, और वर्ड है इसके अंदर टोटल, वर्ड बता दी मैंने आपको, 840 के आसपास, 850 के आसपास वर्ड है। ठीक है, 85 के आसपास स्पीड है इसकी, 45 40 84 85 ये है।